Alright guys, Supreme Com here. So you guys already know yesterday when I dropped the 36 hours long banner, I know I would be receiving a lot of comments like asking what kind of part I should be picking out, right? So that's why I went ahead on the on the official Gundam Breaker Mobile page where they have the simulator. So I pretty much went ahead and built out the most top tier, the most meta part you can ever find in a shooting based build. So in this video we will be strictly talking about the shooting based build. This one is like the one that's power based, and then I could probably be doing one, let's say for I don't know, like EXQ cooldown with this type build, melee. So I probably have like a few more that I could be doing. So this is essentially the best of the best. This is probably like the highest that you can possibly find with the best possible portrait. So let's actually get started. So there's obviously going to be some few disclaimer that I do want to kind of outright give you guys right now. When you guys pull on the 36 hours long banner, you guys obviously will not be able to get any L badges. So in terms of these part, when we look at it right now, they are fully alterated, they're fully level 99. So there's going to be a lot of copium. I kind of expect that. So if you guys are kind of looking like so what's the best part? Well, you guys do have the best part, you just can't alter it yet. So that's going to be your copium right there. So let's actually get started. So I am kind of building around the tech attribute, but it doesn't really matter because you can kind of swap things around. Let's say this one, for example, I can kind of swap this right here, the Hakashiki Kai, to the front part to make it like a SOP attribute. So I can even come down to, let's say here, right? I can do another swap per se, but obviously this one has the higher stats, better defense, better just outright better stats. So you could do that, but you just drop stats. You really wouldn't want to do that. You can obviously do another swap right here as well, if you want to make it speed attribute. So all these parts are pretty much interchangeable. You can do it either or, but for the simplicity, we are going for this tech attribute. So total combat power, we're looking at what, 5.4 million. So that's actually pretty high. The actual shot attack is what is it, 209,000. So yeah, this one is good. But the main piece is actually going to be what kind of active vortex we are looking at. So this one I really went for like the top tier parts, because there's two parts in here that made me want to go for the transformer tag, which I will show you guys in a bit. But we have transformer, ace exclusive, commander as your active vortex, and then job license I went for middle shooter. You can go middle shooter, long shooter, it doesn't really matter because we are using the build project pilot Camille beaten, so that's why. As far as some of the most important things I think we should be looking at is definitely going to be some of the gears. This one we are going to be looking at the purple, no, this one should be the gold chest gear, so using the 2500. Taking a look at the purple chain shot gear because we're taking pretty much 40%, the raw 40%, or the raw shot defense, and then convert that into the shot attack. And then we are also looking at the purple 4-star version of the middle shooter, so that is going to be granting us another, what does this even grant us? Let me see. So right there, so it's going to be giving us a 2000 base or 2000 flats, and then also going to be giving us that 90% first job gauge charged up by 90%. So that's why when people are asking like, oh, how are you able to instantly use your limit breaker? Because of this gear right there. And up next, obviously, we have the right leg gear that's going to be using the commander, because this one is pretty much going to be giving us one of the probably one of the higher ones, because this one is giving us 180% up as far as what commander is already doing, which commander is giving us a 10% up on a shot attack. So if you convert or add this one, it's going to be really busted. And last but not least, we have the left leg gear. So this one is pretty much going to be giving us like what, technique. So this one we are using this one. So this one is going to be giving us a flat out 200, and then another bonus 20% damage to speed, or yeah, speed attribute. So this is pretty much like the bare bones. So as far as the portrait, let's get into it. So I did the map because like you guys know that there's that new portrait, the enemy damage, whatever that is. So people still thinks that one is your enemy doing more damage to you, but it's actually the opposite. You are doing more damage to your enemy. So I went ahead and probably do more or less like a really balance out. So what I mean by balance out, if I can click, so basic information, that once again. Active word tag once again. Transformer Asus Commander. Gears are gonna be a swallow again, and then part tray. Here's gonna be the fun part. So these are pretty much all the active word tag or word part tray that we're looking at. So this is pretty much utilizing all 18 slots possible, but I don't know why, for whatever reason, they do not want to display this one. I don't know why. Same as this one and same as this one, but keep it in mind there should be another additional word tag right there, or part tray that they're not displaying. So when I said the most two important part that I have on here that made me want to use transformer tag is going to be the back part and then the shield, because if we take a look at what they are, so I'm doing a lot of juggling back and forth, so I do apologize for the inconvenience. But we have the Gundam Breaker Mobile, and then we have the Gundam Breaker Mobile shield. Why are they good? Because of these two part tray. This is the first time, like probably the shoe part, especially the shoe part, having another buff EX effects up that is 40%. The previous one that we had that's probably aged very good was the what is it? The Bill Strike Galaxy Castle Shield. That one is offering a 30%. I think it's double 30%. It's 30% EXQ power and then another 30% that is buff trait. But this one is better. But the unfortunate factor, you have to be using transformer, so that's why I try to see if there's any way to actually do it, but there is. That's why that is that. The back part, because as far as back part, we have never really gotten anything that gives buff on the back part, so that's why transformer once again. So that's why I have to go out of my way to use transformer, but that is pretty much why we are looking at that. So at the end of the day, in terms of, let's say a raw, just a quickie as for like, oh, what's the total? So this one part tray out of the 18 part tray slot, there's one that's obviously going to be reserved for the EX skill cooldown or the EX skill charge, because you do want to be able to use your EX skill right when a match starts. So that's why I have this one. And then as for the remaining 17 part tray slots, like, you know, all the way down here, in terms of the total number, we have a total of 315%. That is gonna be the regular power boosting. That's combining EX skills, shooting combined. So that's everything combined. And then we have another 285%. That is damage base. So what I mean by damage base, we have these right here, right? So we have damage, and then we have regular power boosting. So why did I want to go for a middle ground? Because according to whatever they're doing as for the calculation, having those two at, you can say at a medium, like having them close to each other, like I think 300 is probably the best case scenario, since I can't really get to that. So 315 times 285 is probably like the safest number you can get. So that's why this is the ultimate build for your shooting base. So I think that is definitely a lot to take in, obviously, because we're obviously taking a look at it at a simulator, not actual in game. So there's definitely going to be a lot of confusion. But as far as, let's say, the part, this is something that you guys should be following. If you guys are looking at what part you guys should kind of get, this is pretty much the bare bone. I would dare say this is probably the best build possible out there. There's probably better out there because there's obviously just a lot more variants. There's definitely a lot more part, but in my honest opinion, this is the best one. So if you guys want to follow this, definitely go ahead. You can definitely go ahead and then just kind of pick up these part. As far as getting them to max out parts for level 10, that's going to be another copium. It's either you're going to go ahead and spend tons of money to buy all those nippers, or you can do like a slow cook into that free growth hanger. But honestly, since you guys are asking what's the best part, this is the this is like the best I can give you guys. So as far as the EX skill, that's definitely going to be optional, because this is simply the skeleton. This is what your build should be looking at, and then you guys should obviously be using skin to kind of benefit the 18 part tray slot. And then if I hop over to game, I'm gonna show you guys my actual build. This is what we are looking at. So I pretty much have the same cylinder part if you want, but since I don't really have, let's say, the Venetia Liberta shield nor the Venetia Liberta back part, I went ahead and still use the high firepower, because this is probably like this two right here, exclusive commander and then high firepower, is still one of the most easiest to go around as far as building it. So that's why I went for that. Head part, I still went for that. Strike Freedom, second V head. This one, why not? As for the torso, I instead of using what did I use as the simulator? Oh, I went for the High New Gundam, the big scale version, because that one's like the newest toys. So, but since I don't have that, I am using the Groovily. This one's worked just as fine. And then still pairing that up with the Hagashi Kai, because this one is still very, very important. Like when I was doing like the simulator, I really realized the damage rate that have been getting has slowly overtake the actual power boosting. So I was like, oh, what can I use? And that ended up the Hagashi Kai was the best option to have. So yeah, that was kind of wild. That was definitely really wild. So that's right there. As for the actual arm part, I went for as the front part, I still went for the same, the big scale EXS, and then going ahead using the Gundam harvester right there for this trait right there. And then going over to the leg part, since I do not have the High New Gundam big scale once again, I went ahead and used the Quibbly. This one just works just as fine. This one does allow me to get commander, so it's just a lot more easier. Same leg part using the life size New Gundam just for that juicy double damage rate right there, so that's pretty good. Going over to the back part, instead of using, let's say, what did I use for the back part? Instead of using the Liberta, I went ahead and used the Wing Gundam Zero Elemental version. That's the big scale. This one is still giving me that really good ratio, regular power boosting, and then a damage boosting right there. And then going over to the actual melee weapon now. So I have the second V saber. Pair that up with the Sasabi Life-Size version for that nice. So this one maxing out would be a nice juicy 50% since I don't have that. So copium again right there. And then this one, instead of using what I did for the simulator, using the combination of the EXS and then pair that up with the life-size version of the Sasabi, I went ahead and used the big scale DO rifle, pair that up with the life-size version of the new Gundam. So this one is giving me that nice ratio, another 40% plus, so 40% power boosting and then 50% the EXQ damage right there. So yeah. Shoe-wise, I still went for, a little bit updated, right? So using the Cosmo shoe. So to this day, I really think this is still one of the best part you can use for the shoe. If you guys don't have, let's say, the latest limited part, because this one is within the 5-star exchangeable, and then this one does also have the L badges available for exchange. So that's that. And then last but not least, the build project Camille, which should be coming out within in the next few months, I guess, because he should be coming up for like his actual build project material. So this one you guys can definitely wait for that. As for the Gram Acre, he is currently available, so if you guys did pick it up a few months ago, that's definitely prop to you guys. But if you guys did miss out on that, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. But other than that, that's pretty much it as for what I think is the most meta, the best part in the game as far as shooting base so far. So I think tomorrow I'm pretty much gonna be doing the same thing but for the melee version of it. So pretty much gonna be going over the best part possible. So if you guys do not have the elbows to archery them, I don't know what to say, because those are the best part you guys are requesting for. But other than that, I think that is gonna be pretty much it. So do let me know if you guys do want me to do like a free-to-play version, as in standard parts, because I think that is probably a little bit more achievable for you guys. And then obviously the set is not going to be the highest one you can possibly find, but obviously standard part is just going to be way more easy to kind of pick up. But other than that, that's going to be pretty much it for this video, just going over the most meta part in the game so far. But yeah, other than that, just kind of keep that in mind. These parts will always get outdated because they're still rolling out new parts. They'll obviously come with like better stats, better part rate percentage. But for the time being, as of November 26th as a recording, this is probably the best possible one you can ever build within Gundam Breaker Mobile.